Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of our Resilience series. Today we shall be talking about mental health resilience. One of the things that's been fascinating me has been, just how much the world is changing. As we evolve into a more industrial, a more out of the industrial revolution into a more digital space, as families become smaller, as people become more widespread across the globe, as cultures begin to evolve. There's just so much going on, and we are still at that place where we're not putting that much emphasis on our mental health. And this year, this would be a good time to say, how does my mental health improve my resilience? Or how does my mental health enable me to be even more resilient in the days to come? So here's a few conversations that we're going to have. When we started off the series, we talked about what resilience was. We mentioned that it was our ability to bounce back from stressful situations. And today I'm just going to build up on that. So mental health can be defined very simply as, your ability to cope with the normal stresses of life, your abilities to learn, your abilities to work well, and your ability to improve or to make an impact on your community. Alone, we do not live in isolation. People are always going to be part of how we navigate our mental health. In the days to come, a lot has been talked about how, everybody's predicting, it's going to be more stressful, it's going to be harder to make money, there's going to be a lot of changes coming up and as all of this information, as people receive all of this information, it's easy for them to get stressed, to get worried, to become anxious, to become depressed. And especially when you feel like you're just catching up, you're always running after the world. It's very easy for people then to feel like their mental health is suffering. There are 4 things that you can do to enable you to build your mental resilience in the coming days. The first thing I want to talk about is what we call emotional nutrition. Very different to emotional diet, which is what you're feeding yourself. Emotional nutrition is really about the environment. How do you make the environment work for you so that you're able to have proper emotional health and well-being? And this is really about, how do you build your autonomy? How do you make sure that you are safe to be able to speak your mind? How do you use your relationships with either your significant other or the community that's around you at the workplace or at home to be able to build your mental resilience? The other thing that's also included in emotional nutrition is how you celebrate your successes and how how well you're able to be supported to make sure that when you do something well, then that is celebrated and it enables you it's part of your emotional nutrition. There's 9 things that go there and into emotional nutrition, but it's important that at least the key ones, which are your autonomy, your ability to choose what you want to do with your life, your security, which is being in that safe space where you can always talk about how you're feeling and how you can name those emotions, your ability to have meaningful relationships with a significant other, but also the community around you, and then your ability to celebrate your achievements. All of those go under emotional nutrition. When those things are happening, then it makes it easier for you to have a good emotional diet, which is have positive thoughts. I want to stress on for building mental resilience is your emotional tank. Many of us are really good at giving. We give of ourselves, we give of our time, we give of our resources. As a mother, you're constantly giving. As a head of the home, you're constantly giving. As a firstborn, maybe you're constantly giving. As a leader in your organization or even in your social circles, your church, your clubs, your investment clubs, you're constantly in giving mode. We are very good at emptying ourselves, but we're not very good at receiving. Very few of us have mastered the art of being fed by other people. It's important that in the coming days you allow other people to help you fill your emotional tank. Allow people to appreciate you. Learn what your love languages are. Share them with those people who are around you, who are important to you. Allow yourself time off to rest. Even the most extroverted person needs time off to just rest and recuperate. Be authentic and genuine, but at the same time allow yourself to be praised. When people say, you look good, don't say, this old dress. No, just say, yeah, thank you, I love this dress on me as well. I mean, that's why you put it on, isn't it? When people say you've done a good job, don't just brush it off like, no, it was an easy thing. No, just tell them, yeah, I also feel I accomplished something this week. Or I also feel that, that document was really done well. I'm also patting myself on the back. Become also your first cheerleader, but also embrace when other people appreciate you. So that's part of filling your emotional tank. Start investing in what we call positive intelligence. Positive intelligence is a relatively new term, and it's really about how you apply your intelligence quotient and your emotional intelligence into the context in which you are living. Positive intelligence can be very helpful towards not just looking at understanding how you feel and how other people feel, but then it takes it into the next level in terms of how that gets applied to everyday decision making, how it gets applied to everyday planning, how it gets applied to everyday conflict management and resolution, how it gets applied to how you and your team, or you and your family, or you and your children manage the challenges that are ahead of you. Positive intelligence can go a long way as well into building your mental resilience. So as I wind up this episode, just to recap, how do I build my mental resilience? The first one is emotional nutrition. Make sure that you are creating a safe space for you to be able to express your emotions. The second one is emotional tank. Get that tank filled. Make sure every day you are not working off zero. Third one, emotional healing. Get rid of those wounds, heal them. Get the support that you need, because there's always going to be new things coming up, new challenges, new disappointments. So don't end up having too much on your emotional plate that is painful, that you cannot even benefit from emotional nutrition and having your emotional tank filled. And then lastly, invest in your positive intelligence. Thank you very much.